Minister Foley's
Good afternoon,
constituency
everyone.
office
It's
hung up
actually
on me
afternoon
when I
now.
talked
I
about
spoke
my
to you
autistic
guys,
son's
because
rights.
I've actually spent all morning on the phone sending and answering emails with regard to the ongoing saga of my 16-year-old special needs son who has no education at this time in North Kerry. You know, I've tried local special schools. I've tried everything really, and it's no good. And really, I'm worn out from it now. As I said in my last TikTok, there has been an application for home tuition, and at the moment, I've actually made a TikTok advertising for a special education teacher or home tutor. But to be honest with you, I don't hold out much hope of anyone answering it. And I suppose I'm just trying to highlight the injustice that's been done to children like my son in this country. Because I know everyone now at the moment is all riled up about the referendum on Friday and our rights under the Constitution and how important it is to vote. And, I suppose there's some merit to all that in most people's situations. But I mean, in our situation, for our family, my son hasn't had a day, in a school since the COVID lockdown in 2020. As far as I'm concerned, my child was driven out of that school. It wasn't our choice. It's just been the continued barrage of harassment on our family by government departments because I was such a strong advocate for my special needs son. And for whatever other reasons they have that, even I can't figure out at this stage. Anyway, so this morning I decided, basically the situation now with home tuition, just to very briefly summarise it again. I spoke with 5 special education needs organisers from the National Council for Special Education, who are in charge of putting the resources in place for children with special needs to ensure their access to an education. So she signed a home tuition form for my son, even though state that there is no school place available for him. He needs a special school. There is no school place in Nanonagle. There is no school place in Beaufort for this year. There is some alleged school down in Limerick, but I can't find out that much about it yet. So anyway, I told her that my son, the resources are not there for my son. I told the special education needs organizer in North Kerry, to be specific. The copy of the letter is up on one of my other TikToks that I made about this. I told her that my son cannot access an education unless he also has the support of a special needs assistant, which is what he would have in school. She ignored those pleas and requests of the family that my son couldn't access an education with the home tuition form. So anyway, that's all in my other TikTok. I won't say any more about that now because I'm running out of time. Today I rang Minister Foley's constituency office in Tralee. I have a recording of the phone conversation. However, I'm not going to release it at the moment because I want to give those working in Minister Foley's constituency office, the opportunity to liaise with her and tell her the situation. But to be honest with you, it's just a situation from my perspective, because it was very clear from the phone call today that Minister Foley is actually very aware of the situation already. She knows what the CNOs have done. She knows what the Department of Education has said to us. She knows what the National Council for Special Education is doing. She has liaised with her assistant, who sent me a few brief emails that they tried to convince me today were supposed to be helpful in some way, but which were not. And basically, I explained again to the lady that I spoke to. I won't give her name at this time. And I told her that it doesn't matter that the CNO has signed the home tuition form. I can't do anything with it until such time as they sanction a special needs assistant or even a carer might do for my son, so that his self-care needs, his social needs, and most importantly the health and safety needs of my son and the health and safety needs of any potential teacher or tutor are met. so that my son can access an education. Um, I spent almost 15 minutes on the phone with the constituency office. And after, I'd say I spent a good 7 or 8 minutes straight just explaining in detail what I'm saying to you now and what I've said on my other TikTok. I was told, "Thank you for your phone call, Mary. Goodbye." She just discontinued the call, because what I said was so logical and so correct that she had no argument to come back with. Nothing further to say, you know? And that's what I get over and over and over from government departments. They know what's been done to my family, and they know how horrendously we're being treated. And often I pray for them, that please, would just one person develop a conscience and just help us and treat us like human beings, but they never do, because it's not my fault, it's not my job, it's not under my remit. And when you really get down to what's been done to us and how illogical the whole thing is and how it's against the law, they just discontinue the phone call. So, what can you do? What am I on now? 6 minutes, okay. So that's it. So I left the conversation with saying, please, speak to Minister Foley about what I've said. And but I think the only way that we can move forward on this now is if we come back to the constituency office in Tralee, bring my son with us, and just sit there, and I said, just let ye see for half an hour even why my son requires 2-on-1 support to access an education, to access social activities, to do anything. I mean, I know I do a lot of activities with him on my own, but if he's in a bad mood, I'm terrified. But he's my son and I love him and I do my best. But he's been so failed by the system. It's horrendous. It's just horrendous to see what's been done to him. Sometimes it's just hard to bear it. And then you have people coming out with nonsense to you, like saying, "Oh, he got this bit of paperwork," or "Oh, he has that entitlement." No, he doesn't. My child, because of his level of special needs, has no access to an education in this country. Besides all the rubbish they're telling you about the Constitution, I won't even go into that now. Telling you that he has. It's rubbish. I'm sorry, but they do whatever they want. At the moment, the National Council for Special Education is passing the buck to the Department of Education, who are passing the buck back, who are saying it's the CNO. It's a farce of a carry-on, while my child has had not one iota of support for 4 years. And then they say, "Mary, we're doing our best for you, and would you please, you're too aggressive, you're too angry, you're too emotional." Lads, is there any parent out there who, after 4 years of not being even able to go out for 1 hour with your husband or with anyone, we can't do anything together? Is there anyone out there who wouldn't be upset, who wouldn't be stressed? And that's all you get. There's no humanity, there's no empathy. But all I can do is pray for patience. Someone asked me recently, why do I make these TikToks? Does it make any difference? And I said, probably doesn't. But it's my therapy. It's just a way for me of getting it out, and maybe by speaking out about it might help someone else. It might not. But anyway, have a good day, guys. I'd probably come back to you either with the phone call or with something next week. Okay, guys. Bye.